subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone. Today on Lady Mary Beth, we're exploring Texas Thrift, looking for deals with home and fashion. We're also learning how they get these wares, a for-profit business keeping items out of landfills. Lots to share today. Join me. This Texas Thrift is located at 2325 FM 1960 West in North Houston. I had previously shopped here once before Christmas, and I'm excited to take you inside that we can discover these deals together, and I can also share some background on how they get their donations. Overall, this was a great shopping experience. The staff was extremely nice and welcoming, clean store, and you can't ask for more. Welcome to Texas Thrift. There is lots to discover in this store. It's packed with thousands of donated items. We're going to hunt for deals and also follow the journey of these donations and see how they acquire them. Let's get started. The donation station. I was a bit curious about this and did some research. When you drop off clothing or household goods, they are paid by Texas Thrift in bulk by the pound for their donations. And this benefits their charitable organization, and the goods come into the store. Vera Bradley is always a great find when you're out thrifting. And there might even be some further discounts. I will tell you more about their tags and how this works. Color-coded for the deals. Here's your sign for discount deals. Each item is marked with a colored tag. This Vera Bradley is brand new. It is still a deal at $279 with a green color tag. It is not up on the board, not on sale today, but usually you will find these color tags anywhere from 25 to 50 to 75% off. On special days, it is 50% store-wide. We find another Vera Bradley item in the camo floral pattern for $229. I'm happy with these Vera Bradley finds. This coin purse is brand new. You can tell with the pristine condition of the material, and it is still rather stiff. You could fill a gift card in this and present that as a birthday gift, and it could be your packaging. And this I will grab for the airplane. I like to put toiletries inside to be able to carry back and forth, and it's lined. That is a great find too. Let's head to the back of the store and look for some tabletop treasures. Another reason to shop sustainably and affordably when you can find some great home accents and maybe even some additions to your entertaining. The Housewares section of any thrift store is where I head first. We can find kitchenware, decor, collectibles, and some hidden gems. If you're looking for a pop of color for a centerpiece at $649, how about an art glass bowl? I like how they color coordinate their end caps. It's like a retail store. And I'm loving the ruby glass. A red hot find with vintage glass. This is the Whirly Twirly tumbler from Anchor Hocking, made in the 1950s. It's $279 and 25% off. A single glass may not get you far with entertaining unless you have this pattern to add to your collection. You could use this as a toothbrush holder or as a vase. This is an interesting pagoda. Wonder if that was a birdhouse or perhaps just a decorative item. We can always turn it over and see if we find the manufacturer. It's from Big Lots. Did not expect that. $19.99 and $10.49 here. Excuse me, the bottom shelf advantage. I'm loving this vintage cake plate. It is 9 inches, perfect for your best cake or some cookies. I was hoping for vintage glass today. This swirl cake plate is perfect for $2.79. It must be a recent addition since the color is not yet on sale, and you will see that it is footed. If you're baking a cake for a neighbor or bringing something to a potluck, you don't want to bring your best piece, and this vintage find would be ideal. And it's actually even more affordable than going to the grocery store and buying a disposable container. I think this one might just go home with me. This artwork would anchor your space. I like the neutral colors and pops of that classic blue. $32.99 with an orange tag, and that is 50% off. A great deal. Lots of frames with yellow tags that are 25% off. Luckily, no personal photos. You'd be surprised. I have reunited pictures twice, once in Franklin, Tennessee, and in Houston. I was able to find enough pertinent information to locate the families and purchase these to give back to them. This lantern has many possibilities for outdoor entertaining, a pillar candle and hurricane inside, a great motif pitcher. I love this. $36 from a very expensive gift shop, and here you can get it for such a deal. Also at 25% off today with that yellow tag. Live, love, bark. We find signs in lots of thrift stores. Here is a Sure and Creamer set. You may wonder, is it sterling or silver plate? I'll give you some tips on how to identify. When you find silver out in the wild and you're wondering, is it sterling or is it silver plate? When you see that iridescent sheen, as we find with this silver plate made in Hong Kong sugar and creamer, we know immediately that that is silver plate and not sterling silver. While sterling definitely does tarnish, it doesn't have the iridescent look. This elephant intrigues me. It looks like something from Cost Plus World Market. Let's have a closer look. I can see this in a child's room. It's $10.49, also on special, and it's from Hobby Lobby. I like that they group colors together. A Louis Vuitton inspired decorative item for $5.29, originally from Ross, $10. Interesting. I'm not sure what this is. A candle and something you place inside. And this is brand new. A small serving platter. Love the motif. $6.49, great for gifting. Could use that for your charcuterie. And the Elizabeth Tower. Loving this London scene. $4.29, also on discount today. And this is a great find. I'll share ways you could gift this for $2.29. And another pitcher. Some Mediterranean feel here with a ceramic garlic grater plate. These sell for $20, usually made in Portugal. $2.29 is a very good price. This could be part of a hostess gift. Pair this with your favorite bottle of olive oil. And with that same look, a pitcher from Pier 1 Imports for $7.49. And you know this is picture perfect, ideal for flowers. How about these silk flowers for that pitcher? I can see some fresh flowers in it as well. Great price, $7.49. These alpacas look like they're from World Market, maybe something I've seen in their Christmas assortment. In my mom era, always. This mirror is waiting for your space. I can see this in an entryway, and the price is right. And that pink tag means you get a discount. The tiered server, I could see that with some decorative items on top. And the candle holder or vase, even like the gold frame with the oval cutout. More artwork, and another mirror for $5.29. Home accents are well priced. This mirror is a great deal at $12.99. I love to thrift mirrors. It can open up your space and can place them anywhere in your home. Perfect for an entryway. This was inspired by an antique mirror. It's a great deal at $5.29. Lightweight, easy to hang, and I hope someone takes this home today. This catches my eye. The happy couple. They look to be straight out of the 1960s. Look at their clothing. A nice mid-century find for $279, less 25%. I like the gold frame and Victorian artwork. A matted and framed print for $12.99, less 25% with the yellow sticker. You could easily switch this out if you have your own artwork or family photo to place inside. A lot of folks thrift just for the frames. Let's do some cart diving. The embellishment is quite eye-catching on this goblet. Silver-plated servers and an art glass pumpkin. $5.29, that is silver plate. And they put a few things on the shelf. Let's have a look. Precious Moments made by UNESCO. I've shared the in-depth history of this company in a visit to an estate sale. $10.49 is not a bad price. It is green. They've just put it out. And if it's something missing in your collection, that would be a great opportunity to add one of these figurines. Wishing you a cozy season. This is a neat find that just galloped in, and I'm predicting that it will sell quickly. Let's wait and see. You'll notice they are priced separately. Mid-century glass, well priced. A pair of brass horses just landed here on the shelf, priced at $20.99 each. They will clean up nicely, although it will be a bit of work. I'm sure an antiques dealer will snatch these up and sell them for $100 a piece in their booth. I see some mid-century glass here in the smoke color from Libby Glass Company, an all-purpose bowl for $5.29. Here's a tip when you're shopping the housewares section. Make several trips down every aisle because they're constantly replenishing. Texas Thrift is for profit, not a charity resale. They are owned by Brightmoor Brands and backed by Beach Point Capital. They are the largest privately held for-profit thrift business in North America. They operate 17 stores across Texas and in other states under different trade names. They support local employment and keep quality items out of landfills. A great mid-century find with these Carrington glasses from the Libby Glass Company. These were made in the 1960s and 70s. They did release more in the 1980s, and in the modern era, we only saw them in clear. In the mid-century, smoke was in the air with this Carrington pattern from the Libby Glass Company. You'll notice the square base. That's something that came back in popularity with dinnerware in the 90s and early 2000s. These are well priced and sell for much more on the secondary market. A familiar glass from Bartlett Collins, the Old Glory. We found this recently at KT Antiques. What an amazing deal at $1.49. Remember when I said these would sell quickly? They sold to a viewer. Kenton found a great deal, and also this citrine cluster for $2.29 that sells for at least $50 retail. He is a great shopper and loves to thrift. A stack of plates, just what we're looking for, and a pattern with an interesting history, and one that is quite familiar to me. $2.29 a plate is an excellent price, and with a pink tag, I think that's also on sale today. And if that's your pattern, then that is the find of the day. These are made in California. I'll tell you more about the history. Here's the dish on this China manufacturer, Metlox. They were quite prolific and originally were started as a metal sign company by Evan Morton in 1927 in Manhattan Beach, California. He named his company Metlox as a nod to his metal company making interlocking signs. He saw a growing need for dishes during the Great Depression and started the Metlox Dish Company. And we find a trio of cups and saucers for $2.79. And these have the green tag. They have just arrived. With the different tag colors, this tells me there are probably more that they're processing, and one more reason to shop the store often. And there's that beautiful back stamp, Poppy Trail by Metlox, made in California. Dishes can be nostalgic and remind us of loved ones. My Aunt Laverne had this pattern, the Metlox Poppy Trail sculptured grape, and she displayed some of these in her dine-in kitchen. Absolutely wonderful memories. This was made from 1963 to 1986. I was hoping we would find some bakeware. For $6.49, that is a great deal for Corningware. In the Simply Light collection, this goes with everything. And the French white is my personal favorite. We registered for a set of this in 1995. We use it almost every day. And that's a great deal at $5.29. Microwave and oven safe. Good to have on hand. And I find that that pattern is selling for a lot more in thrift stores. Let's have a look at this on the top shelf. You may be a bit surprised as we turn it over and look for that hallmark. It is from Tiffany Company, made of pewter, which is nice because it does not require polishing, but I wish it had been sterling silver. A Tiffany Company bowl. This is something you don't normally find in a thrift store. It is made of pewter. If this were sterling, no matter how misshapen or damaged it may be, I would take it home. But this being pewter, probably would pass on this, even though it is well priced. We see the engraving. It meant something to someone. For $3.29, perhaps it can have a new life. A stack of dishes. It doesn't have to be a complete set. You can stretch this with your everyday pattern. $2.29 plus the discount. Noritake china, beautiful back stamp, made in occupied Japan. We can date this to exactly 1945 to 1952, priced individually, which we're also seeing at Goodwill stores. $2.79 for a roll of ribbon. Yes, please. Cactus that's been crocheted. They had quite a few of these, and they were quickly in someone's cart. This crystal candle holder. Must have a closer look. This is from Gorham, made by Nachtmann in Germany. $1.49 is a deal. I will leave that for someone else to discover. Let's have a look in the linen department. You never know what we'll find here. Some interesting tea towels. Fun tea towels. I can't eat another bite. Oh, look, there's pie. I can relate to this. The last time I stopped by, I found some quantity of new with tags tea towels from Cost Plus World Market. I think I paid $1.49 each. Great hostess gifts. That's an example of the bulk surplus purchasing that this store does for end-of-season items from box stores. Placemats. These would be great for Christmas and any season. And they had quite a few napkins and table runners. Lots of tea towels. These look like they came from the same store, most likely part of the buyout and end of season from a box store. And crocheted pot holders. Reminds me of my grandma. She loved to crochet. And these are becoming more popular in antique stores. My favorite party colors, pink and green. I'm sure these will sell quickly. Lots of pillows. I find that these are much more affordable to thrift than to shop retail. And some I find new with tags. This table runner, I'm loving. Patriotic colors. Great for the summer. And you can't beat the prices. And this may just be my best find today. Looks like quality from Linux. Did not expect to find this today. I'll tell you more about it. It was made in 3 colors, and what a deal. An exceptional find with this Linux laurel leaf tablecloth in platinum. They also make it in ivory and white. It's still a current item. If you happen to have seen my silver anniversary table, this was the tablecloth that I used. I also have this one in Germany, and I paid over $100 for it. $6.49 is a deal. These boots are made for walking. They also have some high-end fancy footwear near the register. We'll have a look at that as well. Endless rows of clothes. I'm looking for high-end fashion labels, but I will be happy with boutique brands that will save me off of retail pricing. And all of these clothes are kept out of landfills because of the bulk purchasing and donations. Let's look at these labels. This blouse is from UMG, which we find in the higher-end clothing boutiques, $7.49 with a pink tag and a further discount. That's a very good price. Chaps is a Ralph Lauren brand, same price. I'm seeing lots of folks shopping for fashion today, and there are no dressing rooms. They come prepared, wearing leggings and a simple top so they can try things on over their clothing. Abercrombie & Fitch, that is a high-end brand. Nice flannel for the winter. And you never know what you will find here. And rows of denim. And I'm looking for Hollister or Levi's. Those are some expensive brands. $10.49 plus the discount. It's a good price. Can't get any more American than Levi Strauss & Company. Another great price, $12.99. And this is definitely good for the community, keeping items out of landfills. And if you're shopping for a prom dress or something you'll wear just once, why pay retail? And you can wait for one of those discount tags. This one is also pink, 25% off, $26.99. Ralph Lauren for women, loving this blouse. I wish it would be my size for $10.49. And we'll see a few more things at the front behind the counter, including Coach and Kate Spade. Also with a pink tag. And they have some tennis shoes, just a bit of everything here behind the counter. And they also have fashion jewelry, Balenciaga, and here are those Coach boots. Great for the winter. Lots of resellers shopping this store today. I sure had fun today meeting viewers and finding some great deals. My find of the day is the Lenox tablecloth at well over 90% off of retail. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with thrifting.